Right, here we go. Good evening, good evening. I
Good
trust
evening,
we are all
everyone.
keeping well. How are you, David
I'm very well, thank you.
Giovannini? Did I get it right?
Giovannini.
G- G- I just called him Big Brother David. That's what I call him. David.
That's it. That's fine.
Good evening, everyone. My special guest this evening is a very good friend of mine, top class drummer. I have seen him perform many times. I have jammed with this young man many times, and we've always had fun. His name is Davide Giovannini. Hopefully, I've got it right. Yes.
Let's say yes.
That's okay. Good. That's better. That's better. How have you been, man? It's been a while that we haven't caught up. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been very well, man. Thank you. Making the most out of this period. So, trying to be positive and productive to a point.
Well, that's always a good sign. That's always a good sign when you can do that.
Yeah.
Now we've been talking about music for the longest time. We've been performing together. I've seen you live many times, and I've always enjoyed your playing.
Thank you, man.
And the last time I saw you was 606 Club. I believe it
It
was,
was
yeah, 606 Club with
Neil Angilley, wasn't it?
Neil Angilley. Yes, that was great. How long has that band been going?
Uh, for a while, I think. I don't remember exactly, but probably I don't know, 20 years.
Wow, that's
Something like that. I don't know.
that's
I
a
don't
long
remember
time.
exactly when I joined, but it was some time ago.
Oh, okay. No, that
And
already.
also, sorry,
No, no, carry on. Sorry, carry on.
yeah,
Carry on.
so we've been playing, with Neil, we've been playing together in different bands, and then at one point I joined this trio, which is been running, I think, for a long time. Since he came out of college, I think.
Wow, that
So
long.
yeah, he started. That's how he started with his own composition and stuff with the trio. But then obviously, I arrived later on the scene, and oops, and so I joined him, um, and we had a few different bass players since the last one is Davide Mantovani, which has been with the trio for a while, but we had a few people passing by,
Oh,
great
okay.
bass players.
Wow. Now you've been doing your music thing ever since I've known you, and it's been about 7, 8 years or something like that. We've known each other.
I think we know each other for longer than that. I was thinking about the acid jazz days. You know,
Wow.
um, I don't know. I have this. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was back in the days of you know acid jazz scene or something.
Wow. Oh man, that's probably when I just about started losing my hair. I think just about then. That's a long, long time ago.
I
Yeah.
was after it.
It's a crazy time because nobody's seen me actually with hair. That's a crazy thing. Apart
Ah,
from I did a fancy dress party and I came down as John Shaft with the afro and everything. That was nice. That was cool. And everyone
nice.
looked and they said, "I know exactly who you are." And I thought, great. So I don't have to do this too often, which is kind of cool. So yeah. Now, apart from that, in your music stuff, I've watched you play many times. I've performed with you at jams and stuff. The last jam we did was the Royal Oak before it went to where was it? I
I
think it
think
was
we did the Royal Oak, and then we did in was it? I don't remember the name of the place in Harlesden. Was it
yes, that's
Harlesden?
right. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, but then that was I think that was something names of places now. This is how long ago it was. Names of
Yeah,
places are beginning to escape me.
absolutely.
It's probably old age. Then the fact that I haven't been out for over a year.
Yeah, I think it's
That
that.
does it to you.
Uh,
So we will just say, wherever it was, we all had fun.
Absolutely.
Because playing there was, who was it? It was Clement on guitar. Then we had a mixture of Carl on keys.
Yeah.
Then Michael Searle on bass.
Yes.
Your good self on the drums, as usual. And that was it. And then it just changed. It changed around so everyone could go up and have a go and have a turn and enjoy themselves.
Great. It was a great place to have fun with a lot of nice people. You
Yeah,
know, that
that's
was
it. Well,
great.
that's how we all
It's fun.
learn to do what we do, basically, as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned. And it
great.
helps. It all helps. Now,
Absolutely.
because you are, for want of a better word, a top class, high end drummer, you have played some.
Even loose consonant, but okay.
You call it loose. I wouldn't, because trust me. When you see someone do what they're doing and they're in it, it's just a different world. And to be able to sit there and watch or take pictures of it is awesome. Because when you look back at the pictures how many years later, you think, man, I wonder what he was thinking of while he was doing that. And each time I watch, I know you're having fun.
Oh
Because
yeah.
if you can play music and have fun, it makes it so much better. Makes it feel so much better.
Well, it's you know we kind of lucky, that to do something every day that we love. So I guess you know fun is part of the equation.
Hmm.
Be nice to be always there. Sometimes it might be more challenging, but loving your instrument and loving playing with people, it's the best
Always a good
thing.
thing. Always a good thing. Now, let's get onto some music, as in some of the music you like to listen to.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you play across the board, whether it be soul, Brazilian, salsa,
Yeah.
reggae, or you go clearly across the board, and you're not uncomfortable with either one.
Yeah, it's just because of my love for all these music styles. It's just I try to play them as much as I can.
Ah,
So
nice one, nice one. Now, a while ago, I asked you a question to pick. What did I say? Pick. Yes, select 5 of your favorite songs at the time.
yeah.
Because if you're anything like me, your 5 will change on a regular basis.
Uh, I mean, yes, five. It's impossible. We said that.
Hmm.
So yeah, I have. There are many songs that obviously in everybody's life, especially songs that were important at the beginning of your path.
Hmm.
In music, and so I remember, for example, there's one track there that I sent you, is a weather report track,
Ah.
and I remember exactly being in, I was like 15, 16, I don't know, something like that, being sitting in the back of a car, and this guy had the most incredible stereo, system in the car. So he blasted this track, and I just was mesmerized by the way the track uh, plays, and
Hmm.
Sinelu things he was doing. Omar Akin was on drums, so it was like incredible. So that stuck in my mind, and I always have a very whenever I hear that song, is I go back to those days. Where I was finding out about bands starting to play with bands, and you know it was great. So there are stuff like that, or music that like opened up like a new window on production, and apart from the incredible playing, there's you know some track where like John Scofield's Pick Hits,
Hmm.
uh, where Steve Jordan lays it down in unbelievable way, and I remember trying to transcribe it, and so there's many tracks that are important in our journey, but five is just a little number to
Yeah,
few
that's a nice
pals.
little number, a nice round number, I call that, when it comes to picking songs. Now,
So
one of them that you sent me was John Schofield,
yeah.
and this is a track called Pick Hits. What makes that a track that stands out in your mind?
uh well, the plane is fantastic. uh I'm a fan of Steve Jordan, and so it was like when I heard it again, it was like, "Ding." Wow, so beautiful, and yeah, so I just tried to analyze that track when I was young. I think I still have somewhere the transcription. I don't know where, but I still have
You
it
got it.
somewhere.
You got it hidden somewhere in a
Yeah.
place so safe you can't even find it. But yeah.
And John Scofield, is incredible in so
Hmm.
many things he does. So always had great bands, and you know, Dennis Chambers, Steve Jordan, and so many more. So always great to check his stuff out.
Now, one of the other songs that you gave us is one of my favorites as well. Michelle N.D. Giudicello,
Yeah.
The Way.
Oh yes.
Now, as a player, she is awesome,
Unbelievable.
and she sing to because to play and sing at the same time is a feat in itself, and she does it quite easily. But then the way if you listen to her music, you'll see her in full flow all the time.
Oh yeah.
Now, I can understand why you picked that track because the drumming on that track, as well as the bass playing, and then the singing. Oh man, it's just
No, it's phenomenal. Gene Lake,
hmm.
incredible drummer. I mean, I adore him. I remember I went to see them a few times, when they came to London, and
Ah,
I was, wow,
that must have been
incredible,
that must have been a crazy time.
incredible playing, incredible vibe,
Now,
fantastic. So that track was, uh, Peace Beyond Passion is the album, which I think is a incredible work
mm-hmm.
by by Michelle, that she wrote. I don't remember she wrote all the tracks. I imagine so, but also her producer, David Gamson, unbelievable, unbelievable. It's so beautifully. I love apart from the fantastic playing, I love the mix of analog and digital samples with real stuff, and it's beautifully done, beautifully done. I remember once I spoke to the producer, and he said there was really a love job,
Hmm.
and I can understand because the details and everything fantastic. So I'm really inspired by the whole album, and that track is just unbelievable.
Now, the other track you've given us, of course, Weather Report had to be in there, and that particular track is called Corner Pocket.
Yeah,
What
is the
stands out for that one for you?
yeah, well, that one is the one I was saying about the car, being in the back of the
Oh, yes, of course, yeah, yeah.
when I
Hmm.
was young, so it's got that memory, and also obviously Omar Hakim, fantastic playing. So again, I think I went to see that tour as well. So when they
Wow.
played this, I think I was rolling on the floor.
So you were enjoying that. You were living that up.
I'm
Now,
a huge. I adore Zawinul in all his different hats. Well, he usually has one hat, but you know what I mean.
he does. He wears it well. He wears it well. Ah.
So all these projects, from Zawinul update, weather report, his solo stuff, whatever, man, it's fantastic.
Ah.
And
Now,
also, because I love African music, it was great to see the Zawinul fell in love with that, and he produced Salif Keita. Um, he started to play, Paco Seri in his band. You know, so uh, definitely any Zawinul, closed eyes, anyone.
that's what gives it away. Now, there's one that you sent me that I'd never heard of till you said it, which is Eddie Mary
Eddie Palmieri is
Palmieri. That's the one. Yeah.
a Grammy awarded uh, incredible piano player and composer. Uh, he's been active forever. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's turned 80s or something
Oh wow.
recently. Um, it's uh, it's been a forger of the Latin scene, forever. He used to have, he had a brother, Charlie Palmieri, which was again a piano player, more into Latin jazz. Eddie Palmieri divides his thing with Latin jazz, with some smaller band, and the big orchestras, like with few horns and three percussionists and everything. So he did some incredible recordings. Live is, a joy. Always had the top players, So um, again, I met him a few times, and I went to see him. Um, then over the years, I got here in England. I got to tour with his singer because
Wow.
he came here. We did I don't remember how many times I played with him. Maybe one tour and some other dates. You know, Last time we with the Snowboy and the Latin section, we backed him up basically for a British tour. Herman Oliveira is his name.
Mm.
Phenomenal sonero singer. So yeah, so that track in particular, it's a famous song. It's a cover, but I think it originally is a tango,
Oh, okay.
but he did the most beautiful arrangement, and it was again, one of those songs that the first time I heard that album, I mean, the whole album is beautiful. Every song is very strong, and the playing is incredible, and the usual, the singing is wonderful. Um, but that track, it was just again, when I was discovering salsa, hear a track like this where they mix some classical instruments within the arrangement, and the ways, the intro of the track, it was just so beautiful that fell in love with it. And then all the discography of Palmieri is worth checking out. Everything is just out of this world.
Ah. Well, what we're going to do, I'm going to play all of these tracks after this so that whoever hasn't heard of them, only one I haven't heard of, but all the others I know. And I'm thinking everybody's got to hear these because how the mind of a drummer works when they're doing their job is a sight to behold. Because you are, for want of a better word, the man at the back who's always thinking. He doesn't have to worry
Definitely.
about what's going to come next because you already know.
Uh, yeah, absolutely. And
And
there's one track there that we didn't mention,
mm,
which I have to, sorry, because it's Max Roach's
oh
uh,
yes,
song, and that was another, discovering, Max Roach when I was young, with Elvin and all the other drummers,
mm-hmm.
But then when I was in Cuba, I got to spend a few days with Max Roach, which
Whoa,
was great. So for me, I was like in a candy shop. It was unbelievable. Going around La Habana with Max Roach, and playing some of my music, or some of the bands I was playing with. It was ridiculous, and so it was a big influence in a jazz way, and also in a kind of compositional ways. It made me think a lot. This song, incredibly great way rhythmically. I love that, and then later on, I mean, I remember when I was first here in England, first arrived. Somebody, I remember this Dutch artist played me for the first time Max Roach with strings,
oh,
and I was, I was attracted to the sound so much. I love that thing, and for years it was one of my dreams to do some stuff with a string quartet. So a few years ago, I teamed up with master, the tabla player and producer, arranger, is everything. Um, Kuljit Bamra, an incredible uh, musician and person, and we made a project which is drum kit, tablas, and finally we had the string quartet. So it's the Villiers string quartet. So the project is called Spider Tango,
mm-hmm.
and Spider's Tango, and yeah, so that dream finally came through, and so that it's all Max Roach's fault.
Ah, I see. So you've enjoyed.
Just came out before the lockdown, so we haven't really done much. We did a launch a concert in Bristol, but that was it. After that, obviously, on the bench, but we, hope to resume very soon.
Well, when that comes back, please let me know.
Oh yeah.
Because I would love to be there for that.
It's already out. The CD is already out. It's for sale on the usual places. But yeah, we were planning obviously to tour last year, but it didn't happen. So we're gonna hopefully do it this coming year.
Great stuff. Now, before you go, because we're going to keep this a little bit short because we've got a lot to get through for the next one, because I'd like you to be a regular person on the show.
All right.
Because I know that you're busy, because you teach as well, don't you?
I teach as well. You want me to say the same things every show, right?
No. Oh, no, we got things to go through. Don't worry about that. We got things to go through. Because I've known you for a while. We've been to many places jamming together, a lot of jams and stuff like that. And I've seen people who literally grow when they start playing. And because of that, I'm thinking the best person to speak to about things changing, things evolving, would be the person who's always there, which is you.
I hope I can help.
Well, don't worry, you're in. That's it. Your name is there. Your name is now set in stone, and that's as going to be. Now, do you have a website where we can find you, or for your teachings and stuff?
Yeah, it's davidegiovannini.com.
Mm-hmm.
Usual, easy to pronounce Italian name.com. And yeah,
for everybody else but me, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you're not on your own, man.
Okay, that's nice to know. That is good to know. That is good to know.
Yes.
Well, young sir, David, thank you very much for your time today.
You're welcome, man. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Look after yourself. Keep safe, and most of all, keep on smiling, man.
I try to.
You don't try too hard, because you just do. You just do. Thanks again for your time, sir.
I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Cheers, man.